see you guys in the morning. So I just woke up. It is around 6 a.m. I just did my skincare. We are starting off the day as that girl and made my bed. These are things that I typically do first thing in my morning routine anyways. Some of the other little habits that I picked up were drinking lemon water, doing gratitude and journaling, which I do sometimes, I don't do every day. Going for a morning walk, green juice, morning workout, healthy breakfast, to-do list, all of that good stuff. I'm excited to get this day started. I feel like a lot of these things are things that I already do most days anyways. But I also feel like personally just being that girl is doing things that are working towards being a better version of you and overall bettering your routines, bettering your life, being more productive, just whatever kind of makes you feel good and whatever being that girl is to you, that's what you need to do. Whether that is, making a green smoothie or it's going for a walk or it's doing a Pilates workout, there isn't one routine or one way to be that girl. So like you said, it's kind of whatever it means to you and whatever makes you feel good. I just threw on this green crew neck this morning because it's always cold in my apartment in the mornings now that it's 30 degrees outside. But yeah, we're gonna go make warm lemon water and do my little 5-minute journal and to-do list. Already pretty warm out. It's a little breezy, but it is only 6:20 a.m. So didn't get up early enough to watch the sunrise, but that's okay. I feel like it's gonna be a beautiful day. It's not too humid out. So it is grocery day, and I'm completely self-sabotaging here because I didn't have any lemons. So we are having warm lime water. Lemon is better, but not bad. Alright, so I got my warm lemon water, I got my little candle going. I feel like being that girl really means taking care of your mental health as well as physical health, so I'm going to do my little 5-minute gratitude journal as well as my daily to-do lists. Also, if you guys haven't seen this already, it's my little Dr. Zeus notebook. I think it's adorable. Basically, in this little journal, all I do is my to-dos, daily goals, how can I improve, and then something for me. And this is my mental care for me. It's kind of like a little check-in daily for me. Alright, I just changed into my workout clothes, and then apparently I like this color today, but I'm going to throw this on in case it gets a little cool, because I'm going to go on a walk first and listen to a podcast wearing this little Alpha Elite bra, and then Nike Pros, because I don't actually have any short matching sets. Also, if you want to work out in pajamas, if you want to work out in whatever you feel comfortable in, or go for a walk in whatever you feel comfortable in, you should do that. Don't feel like you have to wear a cute matching set.
Some of it to me. I've been lonely lately. I've been feeling neglected, and I want you to show me. Can we get
I don't know how many times I can complain about this until the gyms are finally open again, but my 25-pound dumbbells are not doing it justice. I miss my like 180-pound hip thrust. That's all, let's work out.
Love language is your love and affection. Won't you give some of it to me? Yeah, I need you present instead of giving presents. You're not getting off that easily. Oh, we get back on the same page. Tonight we can stay.
Did my hair and my makeup and I got dressed. I'm just wearing this little yellow Princess Polly dress because I feel like another aspect of being that girl is like you already have your ish together, so like you get ready for the day before the day even gets started. You know, you do your hair, you do your makeup, you get all dressed, but I also just feel like it makes you sometimes a lot more productive and you get things done if you kind of put yourself together and you get all ready for the day. So that is what I did today. I am literally starving now, so it's breakfast time. Now it's time to get my workday started. So I'm gonna sit out here, I'm gonna eat my oats, and I just added pomegranate, raspberries, banana, coconut, and peanut butter on top, and drink my coffee, but get my workday started, answer emails, and then my plan is to go to the grocery store probably in about 35-40 minutes after I'm done like answering emails because I have some errands to pick up and just grocery store. And I also feel like just grocery store and healthy food shopping is also part of the like whole that girl routine. So that is what we're going to do after I get a little bit of work done. I don't have any clients until later this afternoon, so it's kind of nice that I just get to do some admin, but that is the plan. Let's do a quick little grocery haul. I just got back. So first thing, we got a bag of avocados, got 2 red mangoes, a papaya because it is papaya boat season and I've been obsessed with them. I literally love them. A thing of blueberries, some blue bananas, Greek yogurt because the skyr was too expensive this week. It's basically the same, but sometimes I find Greek yogurt breaks me out a little bit more, but 0%. Broccoli, cucumber, some chicken, and then of course a big thing of spinach. But I'm gonna get back to work now before it's time for lunch. It's around 11 o'clock, so I'll probably work for about an hour and then have a little lunch break. So something else that I haven't talked about yet, but I feel like I should because I've seen this in a lot of routines as well, is reading and like reading for enjoyment or reading for self-improvement. I currently am just reading for enjoyment, not really for self-improvement. I'm rereading the Court, Thorn and Roses series, almost done Court of Mist and Fury. I read these back when I was in grade 11 and I'm just rereading them because a new one came out in the series. But some of my favorite like self-help or like just mindset books, Atomic Habits, as well as The Little Book of Hig are probably two of my favorites. But I feel like that girl, you know, she tries to expand her vocabulary, she learns, and like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm gonna sit and read for a little bit before I make lunch. For lunch, we're gonna make one of my quick favorite easy salads. It's a tuna chickpea salad. If you want this to be plant-based, sub for some non-dairy cheese, and then not tuna, just use chickpeas, and then maybe add black beans. But you just need cherry tomatoes, cucumber, avocado, red pepper, green olives, and then I'll show you how to make the dressing.
Waking up feeling low. You're on my mind like all of the time, but you're so despicable. And seeing what you've been sharing online, I miss your good parts. And remember that you were a thorn in my side. I know I'll be fine if you stay on your side of town. No, I don't wanna see you around. Oh, why don't you stay on your side of town? We might be cool someday, but not right now. Oh, bitch, don't bother me. Done with the negativity. I may not know what love is, but all I know.
And then for the dressing, it's red wine vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and some Italian seasoning.
I know what love is, but all I know is this ain't it. Like where I'm headed now.
You guys are probably thinking I forgot something so important that is like integral to being that girl, and that's green juices. Now, if you've been around my channel a while, you know I normally like to make like a green juice smoothie so that it's more filling, and normally that's like a first or second breakfast, like it's part 2 of my breakfast. But because, you know, we're really emulating that girl and like green juice, not just green smoothies, got a surprise. I have green juices! Okay, so I'm gonna go for, I think this fresh one here. Green juice with lunch. Let's go eat outside. Alright, lunch, and I thought I'd do a little taste test of the Dose juice because I've never had them before. So, like I said, I have the fresh one. It's cucumber, orange, kale, and more. That's what it says, but here we go. Not bad. I feel like too, though, I have a pretty tame palate. Like, I'm not opposed to a lot of things. And it's not sweet at all, so like if you're looking for like a sweeter juice, probably this one isn't your best. It's only got 7 grams of sugar. It's probably like no added sugar, all natural, so it's just from the like orange and stuff. Yeah, you know what? I like it. I feel like it's like one of those like every so often, maybe once a month things. I'm gonna end off the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this morning to afternoon day of trying to be like really be that girl, really emulating all these positive vibes and healthy habits, and I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I was thinking of doing kind of like an afternoon to evening that girl, because I know some people aren't morning people and they still want to have a that girl routine but just don't have like the morning vibes, you know? So I was thinking of doing a 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. on sort of that girl day, afternoon. Sometimes that's me too. Like, I don't always like a morning workout. I like working out at like 6, 7 p.m. And you know, there's also healthy habits that you can do, like night hygiene and night skincare. So let me know what you guys think about that. Like I said, I'm gonna end off the video here. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I will see you in the next one, and I love you all so much. Thank you always for your support. Bye.
Almost didn't recognize your face, and I knew the day would come.
The biggest mistake I made when I was younger was believing that the reason I was inconsistent, whether it was to stick to a workout routine or wake up at a reasonable time, is simply because I lacked the motivation. No, it was actually because I lacked healthy habits to keep your girl in check. Well, in this video, I'm going to share 11 healthy girl habits that will change your life and help you become the best version of yourself. So if you're new here, hello, my name is Lena. I have a self-help series here on my channel where we discuss all things uplifting and becoming your best self. So if you're not subscribed already,
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Go subscribe right now. So I am the biggest advocate for journaling. The real ones on my channel already know, but the reason why I hype it up is because it genuinely works. So I actually started journaling every morning back when I was in college as a baby 19-year-old. I did not have any sort of morning routine. I would wake up so late. I did not have my life together, had no idea what was going on. And journaling was that one consistent thing for me that just kept me going. Like, it's still to this day so key for me. It honestly just helps me start my morning on the right foot. It's just a small way to make sure I'm taking care of my mental health. And whenever I don't do it in the morning, my morning just feels like out of whack. Like, it's such a small thing, but when you commit to it and do it every single morning, you're gonna notice a huge difference over time. Like, it does not matter how much I slept, how busy I feel, how stressed I feel that morning, I always make sure to make time to get journaling done. It is just a non-negotiable habit for me, and it has changed my life. So your girl just finished her morning journaling session. I got my journal, my daily devotional, and my Bible. Listen, I know I'm a little extra with it, okay? You do not have to be extra like me and have a bunch of different parts to your journaling routine. Like, not everybody has the time or the energy in the morning, I get it. But what I really recommend people start off with, especially if you're new to journaling, is to start with a simple daily gratitude for the day. And let me tell you, this is not to be some type of cheesy exercise, you know, like what's going good in my life versus what's going bad in my life. But practicing daily gratitude and writing it down is just like a daily brain exercise. You're basically just training your brain to see the amazing things in your life that, you know, sometimes we often overlook because we're just so busy with our day. We're so busy with things we have to get done. So it's just a nice simple way to take a few minutes just to think about the great things in your life, big or small. And it sets your brain to start off your day with a positive mindset, because before I started journaling, I would just wake up thinking about like, oh, I have to get this done today. I was thinking about all my stresses, my life problems. So start by writing down 3 things that you're grateful for. So for example, I'm grateful that I was able to get 8 hours of sleep last night. I'm grateful for my health and the health of all my loved ones. I'm grateful for the amazing YouTube community that I have that genuinely feels like my friends, my family, that we just uplift each other, motivate each other. And then after that, you can do a to-do list, so things you would like to get done for the day. I just find that it helps me organize all the things that I have to do. I just like to jot down things I would like to get done for the day, and then checking it off is like the best feeling. Highly, highly recommend that you start journaling. So hydrate and wait at least 90 minutes before drinking your coffee or tea for the morning. This is a very underrated habit, but genuinely changed my life, okay? I used to be the type of person, immediately after waking up, I needed my cup of coffee, like to function for the day. Like literally shortly after waking up, I would chug a coffee just to keep my eyes open for the morning. I needed the caffeine to hit my system immediately. So something I actually learned online by Dr. Huberman is that drinking caffeine shortly after waking up can disrupt your natural cortisol levels, which can lead to poor sleep quality, difficulty waking up in the morning, and that midday afternoon crash that you get, you just want to take a nap and like not do anything. It's probably because you're drinking caffeine shortly after waking up. So research says that waiting 90 minutes before consuming caffeine can actually help you preserve your natural cortisol pattern, and it promotes better sleep and wakefulness. And you know, at first when I heard this information, I was like, girl, no, I need my coffee and I need that straight in the morning. But let me tell you, when I actually tried it, my life changed. I literally no longer get the afternoon crash at like 12, 1, 2 p.m. Like, I literally used to drink 2 cups of coffee every single day, and now I just drink 1 in the morning, 90 minutes after I wake up, and I'm good to go. So if you're like me, just try to chill on the coffee or the tea in the morning just a little bit for a little while, and in the meantime, instead, you should hydrate yourself actually with water. I like to add some lemon in mine. Also, because think about it, you literally have not drinking water in like 7-8 hours while you're sleeping, so you have to hydrate when you wake up. So I actually like to spice things up a little bit, add some lemon to my water, sprinkle some sea salts too for the electrolytes. I also really like to drink greens in the morning, especially while I do my morning journaling. So this is actually something I've been implementing recently that has changed the game, okay? I have been loving it, and it is drinking bone broth. I know it sounds a little weird. Actually, the first time I heard of this is when I watched the Kylie Jenner What I Eat in a Day video, and this girl was just drinking bone broth multiple times a day, all day, every day.
So the first thing I eat when I wake up is probably my bone broth. I do sip on bone broth all day, so I'll go through probably like 2 jars like this big of bone broth a day.
And I was just thinking, why is Kylie drinking all this bone broth all day? Well, after your girl did some Googling, I found out that bone broth has so many benefits. It's a great source of essential nutrients, vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and it's actually widely known for its collagen content, which if you don't know, collagen plays a crucial role in the health of your skin, your nails, your hair, and it's even great for your metabolism and your gut health. Especially because it's like cold weather right now, this just hits the spot. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I'm trying to stay in my healthy girl era, take care of my skin. So look no further, I'm gonna put you guys on to the bone broth that I found that has been my go-to. I have been loving this Dr. Kelly and bone broth. Shout out Dr. Kelly and for sponsoring today's video. I know this is sponsored, but I genuinely love their bone broth. I've tried a few different ones, and this has been my go-to because it's just so convenient. Their bone broth is infused with collagen, and they have these super convenient like on-the-go packets, so it makes it so much easier for you to nourish your body without having to cook or prep. It's literally so easy to do. I just pop a cup of water in the microwave for a few minutes, I take it out, and then I put one of the packets in, add a little bit of salt, pepper, or lemon, whatever I'm feeling that day. It literally takes just a few minutes to prep, so it's so easy to just drink it throughout the day. They even have like 15-16 grams of protein per serving, so perfect for the gains. And since I've been implementing bone broth in my daily routine, I've noticed a difference in my overall like gut health. Like things are running smoothly, you know what I mean? And I don't know if it's just me, but I just feel like my hair looks shinier, my skin feels more clear. I almost feel like a new person. And it literally tastes so yummy. It's like a warm, yummy soup on a cold day. It just hits the spot. Some of my personal favorite flavors is the French onion and the chicken. Bone broth is a natural, healthy, and effective option to just take care of your well-being from the inside out. So if you guys are interested, Dr. Kelly and bone broth is available on drkellyand.com. I'll have a link down below if you guys are interested and you want to support your girl. So don't miss out. Get on that bone broth wave. Head to the link in my description box or use code LENABB20 for 20% off. Don't miss out, you guys. Get your discount, save your money, save your coin. So this is my little hot girl walk fit. Got the headphones, of course, and a much needed huge bottle of water. Get my steps in, you already know. Let's go. So if you work from home like me, or you work in an office all day, or maybe you're sitting in a classroom all day, you're a student, chances are your daily steps be slacking. I know mine was, okay? But creating this goal for myself to get my steps in and be intentional about it every day, first of all, pushes my whole body ass out the door. Instead of holding myself in my room, I actually go and get some sunlight outside, which by the way is so good for your mental health, but also your physical health. It's such a super easy but effective way of getting you to just move your body. You know, sometimes to incentivize me to actually go on a walk outside and get my butt through the door, I give myself a little treat. So I walk myself to get my favorite smoothie or go to a cafe. You know, giving yourself a little prize for doing the dang thing. So do the closing shift during your night routine. So I actually first heard this on TikTok.
Think of your house as the restaurant, and you have to close up so that the person who opens the next morning, aka you, comes to a clean apartment.
You need to treat your space, your apartment, your room, your house at night like you're working a closing shift. Why? To set up for morning you shift. So I'm not gonna lie, I used to be that type of person. I would just let dishes pile up in my sink and let morning Lena handle that. Or I would just leave stuff on my desk. I wouldn't wipe my kitchen counter. And I actually didn't realize how much this affected morning Lena, because when I wake up in the morning, my apartment would be kind of a mess. And even though it's not that big of a deal, subconsciously, I just felt more stressed, like seeing things out, seeing things dirty, seeing dishes pile up. Like when you're working your morning shift in your space, you want it to be clean. You know, that's how you want to start your day, because I always say that a clean space is a clear mind. So now that I think of cleaning my space a little bit at night as a closing shift and just making sure things are ready and clean for morning Lena, and that also includes laying out my workout clothes the night before so I don't have to think about it in the morning. I just throw it on and go to the gym. I found that I woke up so much more refreshed and just ready for the day. I'm not gonna lie, I started this very recently, but it has genuinely been so helpful. Charge your phone away from you, okay? That charger by the bed ain't it, girl. I forced myself to put my charger far away from the bed, far away from my face, and it's been really helping me not reach for it at night before I go to bed, which has been helping me sleep earlier and fall asleep faster. which this actually leads me to my next point, which is set your alarm far away from you. I know you guys don't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear it, but it's for our good, okay? When you set your alarm, whether it's on your phone or you have an alarm clock, when you have it far away from you, where you have to actually physically get up and go turn it off, chances are you're probably not going to hit that snooze button like you usually do. I used to use my Alexa for my alarms all the time, but literally when Miss Alexa would go on in the morning, I would just tell her to be quiet and throw my covers back on and fall back asleep. So to actually wake up in the morning when you have to, it really helps when you put your alarm far away from you, where you have to get up and go shut it off. Read 5 pages of something every single day. So I don't care if it's a book, a Bible, your calc textbook, I don't know. Not only does regular reading just help you get into a good habit, it also just helps you exercise your brain. You know, just like how we go to the gym to go work out and work on our physical health, we gotta also exercise the brain too. It's like giving your brain a little 5-minute workout every day. I usually read my Bible in the morning and sometimes I read at night, but I feel like 5 pages is a very doable commitment, and a lot of times I read more than 5 pages, so just having that number in your head most likely will help you stick to it. And personally, I just feel like we should always be evolving and just seeking information, learning new things, and reading really helps with that. Have a feel-good music playlist that is just you. Listen, I listen to music when I clean, when I shower, on my way to the gym, while I'm at the gym. I'll actually have my own playlist linked in the description, you know, if you want to listen to the same music as your girl. But music literally just gets me motivated to do things. It makes me feel good, it makes me feel confident, it makes me feel uplifted. Alright, the real ones know, whenever I clean my apartment, I always need to blast music. Here's my current playlist. I called it the main character playlist because I'm trying to be the main character of my own life, you know? Oh my gosh, I've been obsessed with this song lately. No idea what she's saying, but it's fire. So having a go-to playlist of just like your favorite songs that help uplift you, not make you sad and keep you in your sad girl era, crying in bed, uplifts you, makes you feel good about yourself. So remember that words have power. So spend your day listening to positive motivational things. So whether it's telling yourself positive affirmations or listening to a positive motivational podcast. Because words are very powerful, you guys. If you're listening to negative things all throughout the day, you're just gonna find yourself in a low vibration and energy. So personally, I love to listen to podcasts throughout the day or listen to YouTube videos. So actually a few of my favorite podcasts is Diary of a CEO for entrepreneurship, business mindset, The Huberman Lab for a lot of motivational and scientifically backed life and healthy habit advice, The Wizard Liz for dating and independent era vibes, Anything Goes by Emma Chamberlain, and just throughout the day, I just make sure that I tell myself daily affirmations. So while I'm doing my morning skincare, I tell myself I'm confident, I'm beautiful, I have clear skin, even when I don't have clear skin. While I'm working out, I tell myself I am fit, I am an athlete, I am healthy. Sleep at least 8 hours. I know you guys hear this all the time, but it is so true how important sleep is. There's so many scientific reasons why you should be getting at least 8 hours of sleep. I'm gonna let the experts cover that one. But just for myself, since I've made it a point to get 8 hours of sleep at least every single night, which you know, sometimes it means I gotta sacrifice the late night TikTok scrolling or putting my phone on Do Not Disturb, skipping out on super late night plans, I feel so much better and I wake up earlier. And I just wake up feeling ready for my day and ready to take charge of my day. Get at least 8 hours of sleep and your future self is gonna thank you. So I want you guys to comment down below any other healthy habits that you have in mind or any healthy habits that I mentioned that you want to start implementing in your life. Check the comments. I read all my comments. Follow me on Instagram for more motivational fitness, lifestyle content, and I love you guys so much and I hope to catch you in my next video. Bye guys! Are you tired of feeling stuck in your life? Maybe you feel lost unmotivated, maybe you procrastinate a lot. Whenever you try to stick to something, you always just seem to fail. Maybe you are sick and tired of being disappointed in yourself. Well, you clicked on the right video, because girl, same, okay? I'm not here to judge you. I was the same way. I used to be the type of person that could not stick to anything, whether it was to be consistent with working out, stop procrastinating, doom scrolling, and rotting in my bed, actually focusing and getting good grades, literally all of the above. Well, I finally got out of that negative cycle and completely transformed myself and my life and my bad habits, and trust me, if I can do it, I promise you can do it too. And in this video, I'm gonna be going through proven tips and tricks that will actually help you to be motivated to achieve all of your goals, completely transform your life, and become the best version of yourself in the next 14 days. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lena. I have a self-help series here on my channel where we discuss all things becoming your best self. So if you're not subscribed already,
What are you doing?
okay,
What are you doing?
go subscribe right now. So first things first, stop waiting for the perfect time. Start now. Stop waiting till New Year's, to a new month, a new week, to find that motivation to actually start. Arguably, the most important part of transforming yourself and your life is literally just getting started. Taking your first step. Because you know why? Starting is honestly the hardest part. So stop waiting till you feel good, till you feel motivated, till you feel energized to start aligning with the life that you want. It is completely okay to start when you're feeling down, when you might not have the most energy, when you feel like you have nothing. If anything, there is no perfect time to start than now. Do not waste your life waiting and worrying, wondering when things are going to change. It is fully in your control. And deciding to become the best version of yourself is the greatest form of self-love and respect that you can show for yourself. So there's a quote that says, the hardest part is starting. Get that out of the way and the journey is so much easier. It's like riding a bike. It's easier to make adjustments and change directions when you're already pedaling. And this is so true, okay? Our brains are just wired for comfort. It's for literally our survival. Our brain will trick us into thinking that anything uncomfortable is unsafe for us. That's why our brain tries to make us procrastinate, to not do the things that we know we should be doing. And true growth never comes from being comfortable and overcoming that mental battle you have in your brain that constantly tries to convince ourselves out of doing anything hard in life, to change our habits, to change our life for the better. It's gonna be hard, okay? And for me, I remember how difficult it was just getting over all the self-doubt, the shame, the fear of failure. And so getting over all that and deciding to start is honestly the hardest part. And the perfect example of this is actually when I started my YouTube channel. Like, people tell me sometimes, like, wow, growing your YouTube channel must have been so difficult. Like, learning to edit your own videos must have been hard, this and that. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. The hardest part of having a successful YouTube channel was quite literally clicking the upload button on YouTube, okay? Stepping into the gym for the first time when I had zero idea how to use any of the machines in there was the hardest part. Getting my butt up to walk to my desk to start studying for my exam that I've been procrastinating for the last 2 weeks was the hardest part. So once you officially decide to cross that starting line, there is no turning back, and you will find that the journey is not as scary as you think. So stop saying, I'll start tomorrow, next month, next year. Start now, literally today, as you watch this video. Take your first step. Okay, so you decided to officially transform yourself and your life. Congratulations, I'm so proud of you. Now we need to take our first step. So your first step starts with you figuring out where your starting line is. So where you're at currently and your finish line, which is where you want to be the best version of yourself. So I want you guys to pull out your journal, your notes app, a piece of paper, write it in the comments below, literally anything where you can document it and do it. The first one is envision the best version of yourself. What habits, goals, and thoughts align with that version? Second, what current habits are hindering you from becoming the best version of yourself? So answer those two questions. Next, take stock of what you already have. So as you prepare to create this new version of yourself, the best version of yourself, it's really important that you take stock of what you already have and like what you already got going on, if you know what I mean. Because honestly, it's so inspiring to know what great habits that you actually do have that you didn't even realize or give credit to yourself for. So write down and answer these two lists. 5 good habits I've always had. So these are gonna be habits that you already have and you practice, but you don't remember consciously creating it, if that makes sense. And then 5 intentionally created habits. So good habits that you have set for yourself and that you successfully do. And listen, you might have some trouble at first thinking of good habits that you actually have because you think that you're like the worst person in the world. That's genuinely what I thought before because I had such low self-esteem, but that is not true. I do not care how down bad you are right now or how awful you think you are as a person, everybody has some sort of good habit that they already practice. So really sit there, brainstorm, think hard, and be kind to yourself, okay? So for example, for me, 5 good habits I've always had: making my bed every morning, always saying please and thank you, showing gratitude, always positively encouraging others, being a good listener and friend. Under 5 intentionally created habits: quit drinking alcohol, I do not drink anymore, hydrating every morning before my coffee, being more organized with my schedule and creating to-dos for myself, being healed and emotionally available, very important, and then waking up early. So research actually shows that in order for us to actually stick to a good habit and stick to a goal that we want, we need to inherently believe that we have the ability to change. So believe it or not, you already have proof of this already through this list. And it can be the smallest of habits, it does not matter. We all have inherent proof within ourselves that we have the ability to change and transform and be able to accomplish anything that we set our minds to. So this amazing advice is not from me, okay? I got it from this self-help book. It's called Badass Habits by Jen Sincero. I've shouted out this book so many times I can't even count, but I'm gonna continue to shout it out because it is that good. This is genuinely one of the best self-help books I've ever read, and I've read a lot, and a lot of them are really boring, okay? But this one is genuinely entertaining. Like, I was audibly laughing reading this. So the author talks all about how to actually stick to good habits and how to achieve goals for yourself in a very realistic way. I'm telling you, I've been able to create and stick to so many good habits because of this book right here. She does such a great job of explaining why you should strive to be the best version of yourself. And she is so real in this book too. She talks about how she was dead broke before, how she had a smoking problem, and how she transformed from that, and I love that for her. Create your new identity, aka the best version of yourself. So after all this other evaluating that we just did, now it's time to figure out what the best version of ourselves, what she looks like. So write it down in your journal or on a random piece of paper, or even leave it in the comments below so we could hype each other up. Check the comments, I read all of my comments. So the best version of myself. I am on top of everything. My health, my finances, my career, my relationships. I exude confidence and I am a woman of her word. When I say I'm going to do something, I always get it done. So that's my identity, that's like my mission statement. And habits that go along with that: gets daily movement in, shows gratitude daily, posts on social media consistently, practices self-care and self-love, prioritizes herself and her life. And the key is actually to say all of this in first person, so saying I am this, I am that, I do this, I do that. And this whole thing is part of manifestation, making the words you say become a reality. And overall, it's a really good practice to be like, I am this, I am that, instead of being like, I need to do this, I need to start doing this. Because when we say those words, subconsciously our brain realizes that we lack in those areas and convinces ourselves that we are not actually this. Like when you say, I need to start working out 5 to 6 times a week, your brain will subconsciously want to procrastinate. And under current habits hindering, I put doom scrolling on social media, sleeping late, making excuses to not work out, being late and last minute, escaping my responsibilities by procrastinating, relying on caffeine for energy, so on and so forth. Commit yourself for 14 days. So what if I told you that you can completely transform your life and become unrecognizable to your past self in just 14 days? Yes, just 14 days. Listen, coming from someone who struggled for so long with things like lack of motivation, procrastination, low self-esteem, being disorganized, being lost with life, I know exactly how this feels and how overwhelming it feels to try to get out of that. So if you currently struggle with any of these problems, I feel you. So I wanted to actually create something that will genuinely help you, that's actually going to be helpful for you guys to change your life. And not just spit out a bunch of advice and expect you guys to know where to start, what to do, and figure things out on your own. So I actually created the Day by Day Club.